Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Jessica here, and today I'm going to give you a review on this hair that is actually in my head right now. So if you'd like to learn more about this hair and the company behind it, just keep watching. So the hair that I'm wearing is actually a wig that I constructed myself, and I got the bundles and the closure from a company called All Virgin Hair Boutique. Now, I don't know if any of you have actually heard of it. I was not familiar with them until they opened a store in my city, but I went there a few times before I decided to go ahead and purchase, and so I'm just going to give some thoughts on my experience with them, purchasing the hair, how it held up, and how well I was able to construct a wig from it. So when I first found out the store was opening in my city, I saw that they had a huge grand opening sign, and they were actually advertising on my local radio station, which was really cool because it helped with their marketing strategy, and I think it drew a lot of customers to them very fast. So when I first went through there, I decided to park and try to go in one day. And it's really funny because they have a very secure location, probably because of the cost of their inventory within the store. And when you walk up to them, the door is actually locked and you have to be buzzed in. So I actually thought they were closed when I went and started to turn around. And so they had to come out and like welcome me in because I didn't realize I had to wait for them to buzz the door so that I can open it and enter the store. When you go into the boutique, it's actually a beautiful boutique. Like, it looks luxe. They have the fur rug and the nice cute chairs and a lot of crystals and very clean open space. And there are touches of pink and cream and things like that. So it just looks very luxurious. And then you see the display of all of the hair textures they have, as well as some wigs that they have constructed that are also for sale. So when I went into the store the first time, I just wanted to get some information and find out the cost of their products, what they had to offer, and so that I can start to brainstorm and save up for when I was ready to purchase my own hair. By the time I was ready to go back and actually make a purchase, I intended on purchasing a lace wig because I went through some of the pricing options and found that there wasn't much of a difference between buying a pre-made wig and actually getting my own bundles and a full frontal closure and constructing one all together. So I went in thinking I was going to get a wig, and they were actually sold out of their entire wall of wigs, which shows me that they really were in high demand. So instead of waiting, I decided I would go ahead and consider maybe purchasing some bundles and a closure myself, and then just try to construct one. So I had never constructed a lace wig before. I am pretty well versed in doing sew-ins on myself and on others, but as far as getting the lace to lay flat on a wig on a mannequin head, I wasn't that familiar, so I made sure that I researched on YouTube when I felt like their hair actually looked really cute and I wanted to get the same style. Once I decided to make my purchase from the store, I actually ended up purchasing some bundles and a 4x4 closure, which I'll get into in a bit. But I just wanted to show you all the bag that everything came in, which is such a cute bag. It's very sturdy. This has lasted for quite some time. If I wanted to reuse it for something, I could, or if I wanted to store like excess hair in it, I could. And it has a cute display of the model as well as the company logo, a nice pink ribbon as the handle on the bag, and then it also comes with pink and black tissue paper, which I felt was a beautiful touch. It was kind of like taking home a present, so it definitely makes the experience that much better. Just to get into a little bit more of the items that you get in your purchase alongside the hair, you also get this hair care guide, which is very helpful, but I don't use it. So it's actually really helpful if you want to know how to increase the longevity of your hair, because they do say for the type of hair that I bought that it should last me at least a year. I also got in the bag some contact cards, which you're more than welcome to go into the store and get for yourself without making a purchase, so that you can get more information on how to reach them or any of their locations. And you also get information on the prices of pretty much all of the hair types, the bundles, lace closures, and silk closures that they sell, which is very helpful for if you're trying to brainstorm what you want to buy on your next visit. On the other contact card, it has the information for all of their locations, which I believe are only in the states of Georgia and Texas, and you have more information on all of the things you can buy within their boutique, in-store, and online. And then on the back of this one, there's information on their bundle deals, which is something that I used for my purchase. So just to give you the details of what I purchased, I got the Flirt, which is a 14, 16, and 18-inch bundle deal, and I got that in the texture Indian Body Wave. But the only issue was the day that I went in to purchase the hair from them, for that bundle deal, they were out of the 18-inch Indian Body Wave texture hair, so they ended up giving me a 14, 16, 16, which is something I was okay with because I don't need my hair to be extremely long, and they did discount my bundle deal for that, so I do appreciate that. In addition, because I have natural hair and I was not going to be able to blend my leave out with the bundles, I went ahead and purchased a 4x4 closure, and that is also an Indian body wave, and this was a lace closure, not a silk closure. Once I purchased all of those items, I received them in my bag, and each of the bundles were actually in this little plastic bag here that has the All Virgin Hair Boutique logo on it, and then on the back like a rose logo, and it's very cute. And they were also labeled by length and texture. And the lace closure came in its own bag as well, and it also had a tag for its length and texture, and that was the 12-inch Indian body wave lace closure. Again, 4x4, not full frontal, so if I were to go back and make another purchase with them, which I most likely will once I can afford to, I will probably get a full frontal closure just so I don't have to worry about my edges showing, especially when the wind blows, and so that my wig can look as natural as possible with none of my hair out. So like I mentioned, I used YouTube as a resource as far as looking up how to construct lace wigs, and I'll link below in the description box some of the videos that I watched and learned from. And all I did was purchase one of those foam mannequin heads. I measured the size of my head and packed on some additional like newspaper and plastic wrap to increase the size of the mannequin head. Then I got one of the netted wig caps from the beauty supply store, attached that to the mannequin head, and then started to sew on the bundles just like I would a sew-in. And then of course for the lace closure, I went ahead and sewed that to the top of the hair and cut everything to fit. And you'll learn more if you watch the videos that I link below as far as how you can achieve the same thing. To give you some idea of the longevity of this hair, I actually purchased this hair and constructed the wig in March of this year, so that was approximately 9 months ago, and this hair is still holding up very well. So I put in some wand curls, which was actually my first time heat styling it, because the Indian body wave texture is so beautiful that if you look in some of my previous videos, you'll see it has a nice wave to it without me doing anything. That's just after washing, it naturally has that texture, and I was okay with it. But for the purposes of this video and also for the holiday makeup look that I filmed here, I wanted to go ahead and throw in some wand curls and test whether or not this hair will hold up the curls, and as you can see, it did that even without hairspray or any roller setting. Another thing I love about this hair is that there is minimal shedding, and I also love the natural color of this hair. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, over the course of this year, the longer I've worn it, the ends have started to kind of like sun bleach or kind of turn into like a dirty blonde on the ends. And it gives a nice ombre effect, kind of like I went and got some balayage done to the hair, but it's all natural, and this is just from the aging of the hair. And like I said, there is minimal tangling. One problem I always have with weaves is that it bunches up or mats up at the nape or right at the back of my head. But for whatever reason with this hair, if there's just a tiny bit of tangling there, I can comb it out. As long as I keep the hair moisturized and make sure I comb it on a regular basis, maybe even every other day, I'm good to go. I haven't had any issues where I've had to cut out major matted areas, and this hair is still worth me wearing through next year. As far as complaints with this hair, I don't have any complaints for the hair itself or the company. Everything was amazing. The customer service was phenomenal, and I feel like I got a great quality for the price that I paid. The only thing I would complain about or that I wish I had done differently is just an error on my part. I got a 4x4 lace closure like I mentioned, and if I had to do things over again, I would get a frontal from ear to ear. The only reason I didn't at the time was because it was a little bit out of my price range, but moving forward, if I invest in any virgin hair, I will for sure make sure I have an ear to ear frontal, just because I am natural now, like I said. And I think that's all that I have to say about this company and about the hair. I highly, highly recommend them if you can afford to make that investment and take the plunge into some virgin hair and even construct your own wig if you don't want to purchase a pre-made wig with them. I highly recommend it. I will definitely return to them once I can afford to do so, and I will refer them to whoever I can because they are great. It's a definite special experience when you go and shop in the store. They make you feel, like you matter and like your hair experience matters to them. They definitely want you to be happy with your purchase, and they want you to feel like it's something worthwhile that can carry you for at least a year. For most of their hair textures, they guarantee that it'll last you a year. And I think it's the Amazonian texture or something like that, which is their most high-end texture. That one the manager at that location said she's had for about 2 years, and it should last you at least that long. So as long as you take care of your hair, co-wash it, detangle it, keep it moisturized, and if you do heat style it, I recommend using a heat protectant spray, which is what I did. I think this hair can definitely last you, and you can do so much with it because it is human hair. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below. And if you want me to film my next wig construction for the next round of hair that I purchase with whatever company, please leave me a comment below for that as well so I can know, and I will make sure I film a detailed tutorial for y'all. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!